What's up, crazy faith family? I don't know why this shooting right now and just feels so like uneasy. When I was back home, I had really started to get the hang of just being behind the camera and truly I started to soak in like the reality. Okay, you gotta do the podcast. And it's so funny, the episodes that I had structured to actually shoot had nothing to do with these next episodes. As my life shifted, I realized that so did everything, like so was everything else around me shifted, including the Crazy Faith podcast. I remember the day, and it was before God told me to to it was before God told me to leave. One day while I was in solitude, he told me, I want you to record everything that's going on in your life. And at this point, I was just dealing with the whole eviction notice. And for me, I felt like, okay, I'm going to get out of this. I ain't really, again, I've never been served a like 3-day notices. Like that's just, I've always been good enough to know like, okay, your bills due. And that's one thing that I never really compromised. But in this season where now I'm dealing with all of these things, I realized that I just lost my thought. It's hard. It's just hard to even record right now. It's actually hard for me to record because it's just a hard season for me. And I wanted to get on here and, go off and get these videos out. But I realized that it's going to take something. It's going to take the strength of God. It really, truly is going to take the strength of God to get me through these next episodes. This walk has not been easy. It has probably, I won't say probably, because I've been through a lot of things in my life. A lot of hurt per se. But it's definitely one of those seasons where it's like I haven't even fathomed like the things that's going on. Like day by day, I am just taking it. Like I'm taking it all in day by day. And I know like, like family and people like that probably thinking, I'm probably in Cali living it up or something. Or I have no clue. But every day has been a different level of warfare for me, a different level of acceptance, a different level of growing, the pains of growing. And I didn't even think I had enough strength. And I don't, right? I truly don't. It has been the strength of God that has been getting me through this. But I didn't even think it was possible like to get through this season. Suicidal thoughts, moments of just wanting to turn back around. Just every single thing has tried to come and torment my mind from doing what God asked me to do. And I think that if God was asking you to do some things that made sense to everybody else, it would be easy for everybody and yourself to adjust to or digest, right? But he never asks you to do things that looks normal to the world. In fact, he asks you to do things that look completely abnormal and completely contrary to what everybody else in this world is doing. And I'm really starting to understand when it relates to many are called, few are chosen, because ain't no way possible a regular random person is just gonna pick up this type of task. And I wanted to think in my head that I may have been just a, regular girl. But I realized the minute I packed my car up and I was willing to go where God has led me to be, which is on the other side of the world, 38 hours driving to be exact, I realized that I was nowhere near normal and that I had been operating in that normal status all my life. I realized that when I left Florida, that I was wired different. I realized, like, yo, you different. Ain't no way you just got up and you just gonna follow God. And I know people think I'm crazy, but the reality of it is, it don't matter. The word says that two can't walk together unless they agree. If you don't agree with what it is that I'm hearing, whether or not you can hear it or not, we don't really got that much in common anyways. And I pray that this journey will be a down payment of who God truly is in your life, or who he is, period. Because we underestimate who God is when we associate him with normal, when we associate him with comfortability. We completely ignore how powerful our Lord and Savior is. As I rode through the many states that I rode through, all I can really say is, like, God, you created all of this. Like, when you flying and you in and out of a city, you don't really get that fullness of how beautiful the earth is, how beautiful God's creation is. So just riding and being able to just, like, glance and sit still in these different places, it was so humbling, because we often go, God, thank you. You are the creator of all things. But truthfully, until you get to start experiencing the beauty of God's creation, it is really just a prayer. So I realized that as I was riding through these many states, that my prayers were being answered. That I had asked God to show me the nature of who he is. And as I was riding, I was seeing it. A lot of times we ask God for things we ain't ready to receive. Like, God, answer my prayers, answer my prayers. And it was in that moment, it was in those moments of coming through all of these different cities. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been asking you to show me the nature of who you are. And you put me on a road trip by myself where no phone, do not disturb was on real strong. Like, no phone, just me and you, Lord. And we just riding. And we just riding, and I'm just looking, and I'm just seeing, and I'm, like, going through the different states and how, like, different cultures, because, like, when I was stopping at gas stations, like, everybody operated different. And I'm like, whoa, this is a big world. We really have no clue how big this world is when we are so wrapped around our cities and where we were born at, where we were raised at. And now I really got a chance to taste God's love and his beautiful creations, like just by riding and looking. In a lot of places, I didn't really stop to go in between those states, but just the road itself, like even the structure of the road and how, like, when you are passing through these major states and how, like, there is like a road just for you to go there. And as I was traveling, I was just getting all these signs, and it was just like, the road is narrow. The road is narrow. And I'm like, God, I hear you right. The road is truly narrow. Many are called, but only few are chosen. That chosen come with a price. It come with a price to pay. And I'm realizing that every day I am crying out to God on a different note. Like, no days has been the same. Like, every single day is just like, I'm crying about something else. I'm repenting about something else. I am like trusting God for something else, y'all. Every single night that I've been on the road that I actually had to stop, which was in Alabama, Texas, and Arizona. And up until this moment right now, I have not slept in one place in 6 days. I have not slept in one place in 6 days. That is something I couldn't even think about. For 6 days, I have literally been from motel to motel. I'm in a hotel right now, y'all. To God be the glory. I'm in a hotel. But I've literally been in motels. It's amazing how God would have you meet him in the most unlikely places. As I was stopping in those different cities off the highway, there was nothing but motels. And the first motel I went to, it was all right. I was in Alabama, so it was like, cool, okay, country folks, they got something going on their exit. And as I rode through Alabama, I rode through Louisiana, and I finally get to Texas, that was different. I realized when I walked in that room, that baby girl was being humbled. I was being humbled. We live in a world full of glitz and glamour. We forget how fortunate we are. And in those moments where I was riding through those cities and I had to stay at motels, and thank God I had some bleach, because I was in the motels cleaning them like they was my house. And as I was cleaning them, I didn't feel upset. I didn't feel like my world was coming to an end. I didn't feel like disgusted. I felt like, if God, this is where you called me to be, if this is where you're going to meet me to give me instructions, what's up? I'm going to clean this room up. I'm going to lay out my sheet and stuff that I brought with me. And I'm going to cry out right here. I realized that stopping in those places shifted my heart and my posture in so many different ways. I didn't even think it was possible. I am coming from like going out of the country and staying at these luxury hotels, or even if I'm in another state, staying at luxury hotels, to I'm in a motel. And not only am I in the motel, I'm in the middle of another state. I'm by myself. I would not kid you. Stop it. I have to share this, because it didn't matter how many times I stopped. I never had fear. I never had doubt. All I felt was that God was with me every step of the way. Every door I entered, he was there. Everywhere I went, he was with me. And I want to say that I'm on this trip solo because I am in the natural, but in the spirit, my God, my God, my God has dispatched numerous, okay? He's dispatched the army, okay, of angels to dispatch around me. He has given me peace through this whole situation, through this whole ride. And I just want to shine some light on that, because where God guides, he provides. When God first originally told me to go to California, I was like, with what? I ain't got no money. It was just a lot going on. And some way, somehow, once I got rid of everything in the house, then worked those last 2 days, everything started to make some type of sense, right? I mean, I'm at a standstill right now. I don't have income. I am booking these rooms with what God has provided for me prior to coming here. And I just want to trust that I serve a faithful God. And I want to continue to put my trust in that as the days go by and as God continues to tell me where it is that he needs me to go. I am making this little side video because I was supposed to be making doing a podcast video. And I couldn't bring myself around to it because my emotions are everywhere. I have been dealing with so much betrayal and rejection and abandonment from family. I'm just trying to cope with my new life, because my new life shows me that this girl right here has to have boundaries. My new life says that I got to stop pretending that people are who they are not. My new life says that I'm nothing like the girl who they think I am. My new life means that I have to walk in this new identity, and that means letting go of relationships that I thought I had. that I thought I had. And I'm so grateful for it all. Because one thing I realized as I was even driving to this location is that some of us have been broken for so long that brokenness is our identity. And as God prunes me and he breaks me and he crushes me and he shows me the truth about who I am and the truth about who everybody is in this season, I realized that I was never supposed to be broken. I realized that broken identity that I had been operating in was not me. And now that I am being forced to understand and receive the truth, whoa, grateful I am. Still soaking it in for sure, okay? I'm just trying to soak it in. I'm just trying to soak everything in. And I need it this time. Because I've been pretending for so long. I have been pretending for so long. And it wasn't allowing me to become nobody but besides that fabricated version, that girl who just want to be a people pleaser, the girl who wants to fit in, the girl who wants friends, the girl who wants sisters. Man, now I could just be solid in who God has called me to be. And I'm thankful for that. I know I'm rambling right now. But listen, my name is Constance, and this is Crazy, Crazy, Crazy Faith. I pray that my walk encourages you to keep pressing, even when the world is telling you to come back. I love you, and welcome to Crazy Faith.